chat. Let's see if I'm live. Looks like it. Hi, chat. Yeah. Am I live over here? Good evening, everyone. I'm trying to make sure I'm on Facebook. I think I am. Oh yeah, there I am. Okay, so, wow. Hi, John. Hi, Kevin, Samuel, Creativity, Trisha, Beekeeper, good to see you, Kurt Payne, Mr. Tech, Jessica, Jim, Erica, Cameron, Jordan. The storm by Norfolk started so slow. Oh, yeah, I have to log into that. Hang on. 1 minute. No, not this. Is there a chance for hail? And right to it, Spence. Hi, is there going to be hail? Not even a good to see you. Hang on, I got. Let me hang on with your questions. Let me get logged in here first. Got to remember the password. All right, now. Okay, let's see. I'm kind of watching the storm right here. Let's see. Hello from Columbus. Okay, so I got Facebook over here. I got YouTube over here. How's it looking for Blair? If you live in the eastern half of the state, you've got a good chance for storms. So let's just kind of say that right out of the gate, shall we? Let's see. Questions. Crazy rain in Osceola. Good to know. Thanks, Lori. Hello, Tay. Hang on, my son just snapped me. Oh. Lincoln Scanner. Yeah, I don't care about them. What's happening? Rusty the Goat. Gotta figure out if I need to clean my garage. Oh, Rusty. Aurora getting nailed. I mean, there's some pretty good storms out there. Main concern over here, and then you got a cluster here, and then you got a cluster here. Now, all of this is kind of headed this way. So, I mean, it's eventually going to move into the Omaha area, the Lincoln area, Beatrice, Red Cloud area. Yeah, absolutely. Hasn't been that many tornado warnings in the tornado watch this evening. Yeah, there's been severe thunderstorm warnings, but not severe thunderstorm or not tornado warnings. What time will it hit Omaha? What time will it hit Lincoln? Rachel asked too. Are you in Omaha or Lincoln? Lincoln, it's probably in the next hour to hour and a half, and then Omaha's probably later than that. And it's still, it's a long ways away. Lincoln, it might be a couple hours away. It depends on how this line moves, because you've got, what you need to do is extrapolate a little bit here. So, there's a storm in York right now, but that's moving this way. So you're thinking probably this storm right here is eventually headed towards Lincoln. So it could be a while. Damage in Grand Island. I did see that. I saw some trees fell on something. They've got a lot of rain. That whole area in and around Grand Island saw a lot of rain recently. So any kind of wind is going to be detrimental to trees in the Grand Island area. Probably no sand volleyball at 8:30. In Lincoln, I mean, you might be able to get it in. Depends if there's lightning nearby or not, and where you're at, and that kind of stuff. Let's see. Everybody wants to know about Bellevue. I'm assuming that they're worried about. Hey, Shannon, thank you. That's really cool. I got stars on Facebook. I love that. Yeah, everybody is going to be. If you live in Bellevue, if you live in Omaha, definitely have a chance for storms no matter where you are. Just timing is going to be. So let's see. I got a lot of holy smokes. Okay. Hi from Columbus. Hi from what about Council Bluffs? Yeah, storms possible in Council Bluffs. It'll be late. It'll be later. What time will it hit Lincoln? It could be a couple hours. Jefferson County, same thing. I mean, anybody that's in southeast Nebraska, like this area right here, is going to have to wait for the storms to kind of shift. So while I know it looks really close right here, it's all kind of moving north and east. So we have to get that area in southeast Nebraska, the storms to come down into that area. Joining from the Norfolk area, cool. I like Norfolk. Driven through there 1,000 times. Let's see. Appreciate that, David Coffee. The most important question: what are the chances my trash can will blow away? 0 if you put it in the garage. Looks like the worst of it will miss Columbus. Is that what you're seeing as well? But for now, but I mean, there's always a chance for redevelopment. But yeah, everything's kind of pushing past Columbus right now. But they're not completely out of the woods. So don't give up on the storms yet. Should try to figure out if I can do the green screen thing on Facebook. I'll have to figure that out. So lucky to have homemade jam from your grandmother just to lighten up the weather forecast. Yeah, that's what I had for dinner tonight, was roll-ups, and I used jelly or jam that my grandma made. Rhubarb and right out of her garden. I don't know where she got the strawberries. I think she got the strawberries from Safeway. Let's see, Weston Wahoo area. No, don't want that. There we go. Well, come on. Sorry, buttons aren't clicking. Yeah, Wahoo is going to get probably hit pretty good. I mean, that's all headed towards Omaha. I mean, this right here might actually make it towards Omaha in the next hour to hour and a half. Just depending. I mean, I keep seeing it wanting to go north a little bit. So if it continues the track that it's on right now, Seward, Wahoo, Omaha. Basically, what about Elmwood, Rusty? Hi, Kathleen. I'm in Wayne. Should I be worried? Not if you have a plan. Here's the thing, guys. If you're worried, then the best thing you can do for any storm, doesn't matter if it's just a small one or a big one or like a devastating one, have a plan. Be ready. Know where to go, know what to do, and have a way to be alerted. As long as you know that the storm's coming, you know you're in a warning, and you know where to go and what to do, and that spot that you have ready to go is prepared itself. Like you've got water, you've got a flashlight, you've got fresh batteries, you've got chargers, you've got battery packs, you've got everything you need down there, some food. You're 100% ahead of the game. So just don't be worried, be ready. Let's see, just joined the Raymond area. And yeah, just basically everybody in eastern Nebraska has a chance for storms. I know everybody wants to know about their backyard, and I could do that all day. Oh, hey, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. W in the chat, guys. W in the chat for this is YouTube, not Facebook. W in the chat. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. So I'm trying to answer all these questions. If I miss one, I apologize. Where were we looking here? 1 second. Raymond. So yeah, will it come through Lincoln eventually? Yeah, everybody's gonna have a chance for storms tonight. So Raymond, Lincoln, Lancaster County, these storms are all like this line right here. It's lining up, and it's filling in, and it's all going to be doing this. I'll show you. It's going to be doing like this. It's going to be doing like this. It's going to be doing like this. So it's just a matter of time. Timing is going to be different for everybody, obviously. Oh, is Lincoln now in the watch? Oh, okay, hang on. That means I have to update something. Yep, there it is. Did you see that? Did you see that update? That was pretty cool. All right, I have to update the web. So 1 second. Yeah, it's severe thunderstorm watch. I want to make sure what time that is. 2 a.m. Of course it is. Jeez. I'm really tired of these midnight, 1 a.m. overnight storm threats. What happened to the 7 to 9 p.m. time frame? I'm up till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning now. Like, come on. So yeah, everybody in eastern Nebraska has a chance for some strong storms. Basically along and south of Interstate 80 is the severe thunderstorm watch, and everybody north of Interstate 80 is the tornado watch. Okay, I got to do a little work here, everybody. I'll get back to your questions momentarily. Where do I want to go here? That's where I want to go. At least you don't have to interrupt prime time TV. I will, though. I mean, if there's a severe thunderstorm warning for Lincoln, or like if there's a tornado warning, I will go do that. All right, gotta delete that. Should be easier to update a website, don't you think? I mean, it is a pain in the butt to do all of these. Goodness sakes. Think the tornado watch will include the Lincoln area possibly? No, because they just issued a severe thunderstorm watch for Lincoln. So they already thought about that, and they thought, nope, tornado threats higher to the north, not to the south. So no, I don't think Lincoln and Lancaster County will see a tornado watch. In fact, I know they won't. They just, it's been decided. All right, so what are the estimates for time of arrival, specifically Lincoln? What about Fremont? I know, guys, I know you want to know. You want to know when is it going to hit your house. I know. And that's let me get caught up here, and then I'll start answering your questions. So just give me a second here, and I will do what I can to help everybody out. So one moment. Yeah, I know, Bryce. Where did that go? Okay. I don't see the watch. Where did that? Oh, okay. People that just do this online streaming for a living have it a lot easier. I have to worry about so many more things. Oh, there it is. Now the watch is coming through. Okay. I mean, there's so many social media channels and the website and everything else. I'm not complaining. Okay, I am a little bit. I don't know, should I give up on the Blue Sky and the Threads social media? Just seems like it's just one more thing. Well, thanks, Jim. Appreciate you coming over here. Just got to do some work here. There's all that. Okay. Tornado watch was canceled for Omaha. I don't think that's true, Zach. I'm still looking at it. It's still showing up right there. See? Tornado watch for Omaha right there. So, okay. All right. So I think that's all updated there. I think that's all updated there. Oh, shoot. What did I say? Okay, there we go for that. Oh, yeah, there you go. You were right. Hey, who said that? Well, whoever said that Omaha was, of course. See, I just updated. God, I just updated everything, and look what they did to me. Now I have to go through and do everything all over again. Oh my God, you guys, chat, this is killing me. Now I have to redo everything. Zach, yes, thank you, Zach. Oh, that's information I could have used like 5 minutes ago. Dang it. Oh my God. Thanks, Zach. I super appreciate it. But oh my God, now I have to go through and redo everything. Oh, I hate that. All right, here we go. I'll do it all over again, I guess. Oh my God. I mean, I should just wait. I mean, maybe it'll just turn everything into a severe thunderstorm watch. Oh my goodness. Seriously, I'm half tempted not to do anything right now. Okay, let's see. That's good. All right, I'm gonna change this. Guess this won't be too bad. At least I can edit Facebook and I can edit the website. I just can't edit Twitter. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of questions on Facebook, you guys. I know I will start answering your questions here in just a little bit. I'm just trying to get all of my work stuff done before I start answering the questions. So hang on, I'll be with you guys in just a minute. Come to YouTube. We have cookies. Check that. It's okay, so there's. Let me do this. All right, getting there. Almost done. Thanks for hanging with me. That flood watch has been out there for quite a while. Yeah, that flash flood watch for northeast Nebraska has been there for a while. All day, actually. Okay. One more. New events for thunderstorm warning for Harlan and Furnace. Oh, goodness. Okay. That's done. That's done. That's done. Okay. Okay, so let me answer some questions here. I do need an intern. Hang on, okay, let's go back to there we go. Well, let me look at this flash flood watch real quick. Let me remove a few things here. Delete that. Flash flood watch. Did they? Oh no, not flash flood. Just regular flood watch. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of been in the same place. So that's good. That nothing updated there. Severe thunderstorm warnings. There's where all the warnings are at. A lot of them. That's the whole thing's severe. Let's see. Okay, so is the tornado risk lowered now that they got rid of it? Yes, that's basically what they did there. The tornado risk is lowered now that there's a severe thunderstorm watch instead of the tornado risk. Are we just under a thunderstorm watch and not a tornado LOL for the metro? You are correct. Let's see. So Omaha is most likely just severe thunderstorms. Yes, Mia. Bad down. Thank you for the information. Can you post the radar? I want to see what is happening over York, Waco, and Utica. Okay, hopefully that's helping you out right there, Amy. Oh, hey, my dad says hi. Oh God! Hi, Dad. Tell Grandma hi. I'll be down. I'll be there tomorrow. I'm headed out west tomorrow. Let's see. Timing for South Papillion later tonight. I mean, it's the exact timing. I got to see what these storms do first. They keep pulsing up and pulsing down, but I think if this first cluster right there makes it into Omaha, it'll be like in an hour and a half. But if that cluster moves north, then you're going to have to wait for like this cluster down here. So that would be like 2.5 to 3 hours. So it just depends on what they do. Okay, let's see. What about Gretna? Same thing. York. What is York doing? York is right now. York's getting hit right now. Let's see, what about Fremont? Fremont, USA. Fremont, just light rain right now, but some strong storms headed there probably in the next half hour. And okay, so my family, let's see, Ange asked, my family is driving Highway 20 at O'Neill now, going to Des Moines. Any tornado warnings now? No. Okay, I think that's about as far back as I can go. Will it come through Lincoln? Yes, that's from Betty. I'm in Wayne. Okay, so I think I'm caught up with Facebook. A few more here. What about Hastings? Hastings is on the edge. I would just expect storms on and off for Hastings. Can you show the Norfolk and Wayne area? I think I just was. Okay, there you go. I'll just leave it right there so everybody can see. How's Fairbury looking? Storms likely later tonight. Camping the next couple of days, so yeah. Okay, all right. Now back to, is tornado watch back for Sarpy County? No, it's a severe thunderstorm watch now. No longer tornado watch, and I can show you that right there. So that's the good news. This tornado watch, though, all of this stuff is until 2 a.m. You know what? Let me double check that. I never did look. Yes, until 2 a.m. So all of that is new. This whole thing right here is until 2 a.m. This is until 10, so 2 hours on that. This is until 10 as well. So there you go. Okay. Any reported tornadoes? None that I saw, William. You're welcome, Eula. That storm popped up quick west of Columbus. They're all doing that. That's a good pea-cake. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It just seems like there's nothing there. Then 5 minutes later, there it is. Pretty crazy. All right, I think I caught up. Did I miss anything here? I don't think so. Wow. I apologize if I missed something. How much precipitation is North Omaha projected? How's Omaha looking? Tornadoes or just wind? Wind and hail. Tornado threat is much lower now. Precipitation wise, it depends if these line up right over Omaha. That's the hard part about this. I could tell you, half an inch, but see how these are, because that's probably what you'll see, but see how this is lined up right here? That area is, a line of thunderstorms is going to be going over the same area slowly. So if you're in just the right spot, which Omaha could, you could see a few inches of rain. But if you're in an area where it just kind of goes across, that would be a quarter to a half an inch. Which cells give you the most concern at the moment? The ones that are warned. Really, I'm trying to answer all the questions. That one west in Norfolk has some teeth to it, just south of Neely, and Neely's been hit hard several times tonight already. Let's see. This is interesting. Look at that. Look how fast that storm right there dissipates. This is a weird atmosphere. It's just a strange atmosphere. Storms get really strong really fast, and then they just die. Which is good. You know what that means, chat? How's a tornado threat for Takema it's small for just about everybody. I'm a little surprised they didn't, because I haven't seen a tornado warning all night. So the tornado threat for everybody is small. It's still there, but it's really small. So if you're worried about tornadoes, just be prepared. That's all you got to do. If you're prepared, then you don't have to worry anymore, because you know what you're going to do when a tornado warning is issued for your area. If you're not prepared, then you should get prepared. Someone want to tell B here what he did wrong on YouTube? My 4-year-old knows it's going to storm when he hears your voice. Hi, Cheyenne's 4-year-old. Won't take offense to you not seeing my posts or questions. There are people far more concerned, worried, and they're appreciate that, JRT. Did the heat burst this morning hurt the instability in the air? Solid question. No, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like really dry air with water evaporating quickly and then dropping to the ground and heating up as it does and getting really, really hot really, really fast. Logan, thank you. Thank you, Logan. Appreciate that. W in the chat, you guys. You're welcome, Natalie. This is difficult. I will tell you guys that when it's a busy night, when there's like Omaha and Lincoln people in here, and it's, I mean, what am I up to here in YouTube? Hang on. Logan, you're awesome, by the way. Thank you. I mean, 222 in Facebook, or I mean in YouTube. But at least I can still answer the questions. I appreciate that. Okay, there we go. All right, so I got YouTube over here, I got Facebook over here, caught up. All right, let's track some storms. I'm gonna look at this stuff. I wanna kind of do some stuff here. I wanna look at the Cape. Let's look at the Cape real quick. The instability. So this is probably why that watch was issued, because look at that instability. That's high. That's up there. So this line of storms right here is going to be moving into that area right there. So once they do, they're probably going to gain some strength. So that's one of the reasons we're probably seeing, one of the reasons we saw that watch, because that's a lot of instability there. Yeah, this whole line, kind of like this, it continues to fill in. It's not doing a very good job, which is great. But if you remember last night, the storms really weren't that impressive. I mean, I was on 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, this is But then after the storms rolled through and I was asleep, the wind came rushing in behind it, and we had 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts that came in behind the thunderstorms. So that was it. You never know where the severe weather is going to come from on a regular basis. But anyway, that line of storms is trying to fill in, and then it'll eventually move like this and like this and like this. And I think when the storms move into that Lincoln and Omaha area, the good news is there's not a whole lot of rotation possibility anymore, but strong winds and some big hail is a possibility. So it's worth keeping an eye on. So let's see, these warnings, that one goes until 8:45, and then that one goes until 8:45. That one, that's in Kansas, but it goes until 9. And up here, there's that one west of Norfolk, that goes until 8:15, so like 5 minutes. Let's see. Will the winds back off if the storms form a more organized line? No, that's when they start to increase. More organized line means increase in wind, less of a chance of hail. Disorganization means larger hail. When you have just clusters, those are large hail threats. When it's a straight line, that's a wind risk. So is that instability forming back up behind the storm or just unused by the storm? It's, yeah, unused. It's just there and it won't be used because the storm system is already past it. Didn't seem to get much rain last night, but one chair and one can were tipped over. Oh, hey. Thanks, Danny. I missed that one. Appreciate that. W in the chat from Danny. Appreciate that, Danny. Yeah, the storm just once it started to dissipate, it was actually that energy was being used as it rolled through Lincoln to increase the wind threat on the other side of it. So yeah, it zapped that energy for the rain and turned into a wind threat on the backside of that last night. Just a fascinating storm system. Let's see. You think Lincoln is going to get hit hard from Ryland? No, I don't think it'll get hit hard. I just think it'll be thunderstorms. Just a severe thunderstorm watch. Probably maybe some hail. It doesn't look like it's going to be big hail. And some 60 mile per hour wind gusts a possibility. Ed says largest gust very early last night was only 37 in East Lincoln when I was watching. Appreciate that, Ed. Let's see. Oh, I'm on the wrong. I'm going to hide that mouse for me because I keep grabbing it and it doesn't do anything. Let's see. Okay, how about Council Bluffs? Yeah, storms are still possible, but I don't think they're... Council Bluffs is in a severe thunderstorm watch as well. I should bring my trash cans inside my garage soon. Yeah, you should. So here's, in case you missed it, chat. Severe thunderstorm watch now in place. Sorry, I gotta get comfortable here. This area right here until 2 o'clock in the morning. This until 10 p.m. and then this until 10 p.m. Will tomorrow be worse if tonight isn't bad? I don't think so, because there's still energy being used. So that's fine. At least the snack wrap is back at McDonald's. Denise Smart, thank you, Rusty, for your time and knowledge. I got home about a half an hour ago and it was dark. Yeah, isn't that weird? It is kind of dark out there. Oh, you know what I forgot to do on my TikTok today? Dang it. Well, I still have time, I guess. I could do it at night. Maybe. I do have Jessica coming in at 1 a.m. if she's watching. Sorry. It's that time of year. Okay, back to the radar. Lincoln, it's getting, you know what? I think it's time to start looking at some different, let's go, maybe the Allocam showing some lightning. It's not dark enough. Still a pretty close shot though. Let me try another one here. That one. Okay. We will wait a little bit on the tower cams. Will Lincoln get the tornado watch? No, the severe thunderstorm watch was issued instead of a tornado watch, so no. In fact, some of that severe thunderstorm watch replaced the tornado watch. So some good news there. The tornado threat is pretty small. How many lightning bolts on the map? Good question. $600. That's a lot. I mean, it's a busy, loud night out there. Elizabeth just asked what W in the chat means. It took me a while to figure that out too. Like my kids would be saying it and stuff. I'm like, what? W in the chat? What does that mean? Like, oh, okay. It's a win. Let's see. And I do like having the lightning on there, but it also it covers everything else up. Erica, I thought the same thing, but it's the last couple of years, July has been a very busy severe weather month. Um, May and June, on average, are the busiest months for severe weather. But July has, I mean, and it's still early July. It's, it's still close to June, so I can kind of see it. But yeah, you're right. It's usually May and June. Now you say it around the house. I could just see your kids rolling their eyes at you like mine would do. Hey kids, W in the chat. Okay, so let's put that back into motion. How close? Oh, look at that. Hebron, heads up, Hebron. That storm is forming fast. Look at that. See that guy right there? Nothing to bam. Thunderstorm. Yeah, I couldn't understand why Jessica just took Thursday off. Like, you should have taken Friday off too, but So then I had to text her tonight and said, hey, can you come in early? I'm sorry. She's like, okay. Can we send a private message to you in this chat? I don't think so. You can send me a message via Facebook. I should be able to see it. Yeah, let's see. Oh my God. Just got a message on Facebook. Guys, listen to this. It's from someone named Jessica, oddly enough. Hello, nice to meet you here. You are very handsome and mature. Where are you from? Chat. I've been getting a lot of spam lately. A lot of spam. Let's see. Last year was really, we had tornado watch in September. Yeah, well, you can have a tornadoes have happened every month of the year in Nebraska. Let's see. Have you ever used a 10-day forecast to determine PTO days? No. I usually try to figure out my days off. Like my next days off are in September. I already have a week off in September. I have no idea what the weather's going to be like. It's a trap. Don't do it. Erica Smith, yeah, I'm anticipating those storms to ramp up in southeast Nebraska, and they're starting to do so. You can that storm right there. You are handsome, sir. I love it. It's so funny. Like, okay, how do I move to spam? There we go. Done and done. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I think I know about that one, Ed. Sending me a YouTube link of a camera in Lincoln. Let me make sure I can. It's got the weather radio on it. Yeah, it's moving around too. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Let's see. Anyway, can you see any rotation on the storm over Tilden? Some say there is, but no warning. Who's some? I'm always interested to know when someone says they say, they said, or some are saying. Okay, who? So let's see, over Tilden. All right, hang on. Someone actually has a good question. Let me look this up real quick. Make sure I'm looking in the right spot. I can't recall. Oh yeah, over by Neely. Hang on. We're going to look at some potential rotation. Over by Neely. Where's that? Okay. So just that right there. Okay. And now let's look at, I'm going to guess that one. It doesn't jump out at me. I mean, a little bit, but I'm not seeing I mean, it's kind of there by Meadow Grove, but nothing is jumping out at me. Nothing going, oh yeah, that's rotation. So no, who was asking that? Storm spotters? Okay. I mean, there could be some rotation in there. I mean, there's probably some broad rotation, but I don't see any like tight couplet or anything that would worry me. So that's probably why there's no warning. Someone asked if there was rotation near Neely. So that's what I was looking at. Sorry, I need to start reading everything. All right, back to, let's see, there's your watch. There's your watches. Once again, tornado watch till 10 p.m. So for thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. Hang on, I want to edit this. Somebody's been watching the storm chasers on YouTube that are around that area. Yeah, storm chasers love to create things. They're invaluable, but they're also very 11th. They're also, well, I'll leave it at that. Okay, so that can go. This is how I make graphics, chat. I'm going to save that, and there you go. Okay, now back to this. Zach needs to work as an intern. He called that one. I'm like, what? I'm not seeing it. Usually it's like instantaneous on my graphics. But yeah, Zach. Okay. +1 for Zach. I'll take him out for ice cream instead of my kids. Ed Holloway, I got your that link. Nothing I can do with it right now. I may try to add that down the road so that I can look at it. Ed Holloway sent a link to a YouTube channel that has just a view of Lincoln from a different tower cam. So it's something I might be able to use down the road. So thank you, Ed. Appreciate that. Chasers are not happy tonight. I bet. I mean, there's been no tornado warnings. So yeah, it's when this line passes Lincoln, will it be over or will new cells develop? I mean, there's still a chance for some storms. Because I mean, this right here could run through Lincoln, but so could this. And we could see, but I think once this main line goes through, that'll probably be it. I mean, there is this, though, that's trying to develop. That's something worth keeping. Zach, all right, cool. So there's another line over by O'Neill. That's a secondary line, but we'll see. Hi, Craig says it's a conundrum. We want storm chasers and they want money. I haven't used storm chasers in 25 years. Oh, hey Ronnie, what are you doing? Somebody asked me about that earlier because they don't know. I mean, Omaha people don't really know who I am because I'm not on air there unless they think I'm Rusty Lord. But one thing I told them was, what about in 1913 when like over 200 people died when a tornado took a direct hit on Omaha, or 1975 when 3 people died and over $500 million of damage was done to the city of Omaha. But yeah, sure, there's something protecting Omaha from tornadoes. It doesn't even make sense. So yeah, they love to say something's protecting Omaha. Lincoln does it too. There isn't. Yeah, anytime anybody says the D word, the D-O-M-E word, you owe me $1. Somebody paid $2, and so they said it twice last night. Them's the rules. I only abide by them. Ooh, my water. I wonder if I could fix I'm going to try to fix this green screen camera. Okay, here we go. Yep, I know how to do it. I know what to do. No, that's not what I want. 1 second, everyone. Properties? No, it's got to be filter. Yeah, that's got to be it. Okay. Properties? No. No. Oh, geez. Sorry, just doing some technical work here real quick. Oh, there it is. Key, okay. There we go. That's better. Now, and there. Kinda. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, 337. I use that a lot too. Grand Island used to think they had something. Hallam used to think they had. Everybody, every town, every city I've ever been in, ever, anywhere, all claim storms split before they get here every single time, or storms go around us, or they die when they get here. They always forget the ones that hit them, except for the big ones like Grand Island, Hallam, Omaha forgot already. It's been 25, 50 years, I guess, so maybe it's been too long. Hey, Ronnie, appreciate that. Well, I mean, overall, I haven't seen a lot of reports. Somebody's asking if there's any hail reports. That's a good question. Let me see here. I do have a graphic. I just have to find it. Good question, Nick. Let me find that here real quick. About 3 inches of rain in Neely. Wow. Thank you, Roberts. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Okay, here, this will tell us. Yeah. Okay, let's look at some of these storm reports. Down here, there's 1.8 in Wilcox. Okay, I gotta hide everyone. There's 1 inch near Orleans. About 1 inch near Oxford. Wind damage there near Kennesaw. Okay. Some more. Let's see what these are. Just west of Columbus, you got 1.2 near Genoa, 0.9 near St. Edward, 1.2 near Monroe. Okay. Over by Neely. I think this is a golf ball one, if I recall correctly. Oh, 1.8. Yeah, golf ball, 1.8, 1.75. That's your golf ball size hail. Over here by Laurel, 0.8. So yeah, quite a few. There's some up here too. Where are we? Oh, that's in South Dakota. Ooh, went a little too far north. I don't want to be in South Dakota. Actually, I like South Dakota. My mom lives there. Dennis, good call. Saying we all know Lincoln isn't protected. Last year is a good example. Yet people won't stop talking about it. I hear it like 30 times today on social media. So yeah, there you go. There's your storm reports. Did have some damaging wind, thunderstorm damage near Grand Island. Hearing quite a few reports in and around Grand Island of trees tipping over, probably because they saw all that flooding, and so the roots might be saturated near the surface, and then you get a good gust of wind and it just blows the trees over, especially if they're leaning or heavy trees. Okay, back to, here we go. Are those viewer reports? They come from the National Weather Service, Sue. Some of them are viewers. Some of them are because they go to the National Weather Service. So some are they're not viewers, I guess, per se. Some are storm spotters. Some are from social media if they can verify it, and some are people just call into the National Weather Service and let them know. Is there going to be storms late tonight? Megan asks. Yeah, and I guess it depends on where you're at. If you're in Scotts Bluff or Valentine, probably not. Lost power for 5 days last year. JRT, yeah. Lightning at 52nd in Cornhusker. Okay, let's. These storms are getting close. They are not severe. They don't even look like they want to be severe. Let's see how much lightning's in there. A little bit. Let's look outside, shall we? All right. Sit back and watch. The humidity can leave any time. Agreed. We're not going to see lightning now, are we? All right, let's try the yellow cam. It might be pointed in the right direction. Ooh, there was one. Just saw some. Better question. With all the heavy rain as of late, is eastern Nebraska close to getting out of the drought status? That's actually a pretty good question. We can look at that real quick, because that's something I talked about in my show tonight. Let me show you the difference. This is kind of cool. Okay, here's last week, you guys. This was last week. This week. Not bad, right? So we'll go back and look again. So this was the drought monitor last week. And now here's this week. Better. Especially in that area right there and down here. But just about everybody. Just about everybody improved, so that's nice. Quick question, Jinx, Sapphire. No, we were put into a severe thunderstorm watch in lieu of a tornado watch, and actually the tornado watch was replaced. Several counties were replaced with and put into a severe thunderstorm watch instead of a tornado watch. So the threat for tornadoes has really diminished over the last couple of hours. Hope that helps. Okay, so drought we're getting better. I mean, this is what we got to do, guys. If you want to get out of a drought, it's not all at once. It's kind of like, you know how easy it is to get into debt, where you can spend thousands of dollars in the blink of an eye, but you can't pay it off in the blink of an eye. I mean, some people can, but people like me, you can't pay it off right away. You got to chip at it. So it's kind of the same thing with drought. I mean, it takes a little bit longer to get into a drought, but it's easy to do, just no rain. Hard part is getting rain in the right spot over and over and over again. So that's the hard part. And I know folks always say, rain misses us all the time. It misses everybody all the time. I mean, rain is hard to get in one spot on a consistent basis. So even if you live in Lincoln and Omaha, I mean, you're right, rain's hard to get over Lincoln and Omaha consistently. It's also hard right here. It's also hard right here, and right there, and right there. It's really hard. If tornadoes are not a threat, now what is? Damaging wind and some hail. Let's see. Okay. Thanks, Megan. Appreciate that. Jamie had 3/4 of an inch a few days ago. That helps. if asthma right now outside is heavy, it wasn't earlier today. What? Simply budget life? What? I don't understand that. Let's see. Beautiful dark skies out in Northwest Lincoln. Love a good storm. Right there with you. Lincoln, my apologies. Okay. Let's take a look back outside. Well, let me zoom in real quick. Let's see how close that storm is to Lincoln. It's getting there. Does any of this water possibly drain into the Ogallala Aquifer? I have no idea. I don't know. I would assume if you live in western Nebraska, yes. Eastern Nebraska, probably not. But I don't know the intricacies of that. Are the storms weaker as they get closer to Lincoln and Omaha? They haven't been strong anywhere. I mean, except for south central Nebraska earlier. They've really kind of backed off their strength lately. I didn't talk about the heat burst because I didn't have a chance to really look at what happened. It's been such a busy day, so I know it happened, but I don't know all the details, so apologies for that. I've been worried about this severe weather threat all day. Was there a certain element to this that didn't pan out as forecasted in terms of severity? No, I mean, it's been... I know when everybody sees, and this was most of this was just a slight risk, so it's panned out about how I expected. When they started talking about the enhanced risk between Omaha and Sioux City, and that's where all the storms are at right now, but those haven't been as strong. But I've seen several large hail reports. I've seen some gusty winds. I think that's probably the one part that I didn't see as much of as that I thought I would, or the 70 mile per hour wind gust reports. I haven't seen a lot of those. So it's pretty much, I mean, we've had our severe thunderstorm warnings. We've had large hail. We've had some wind reports. Not a ton of them, but this wasn't a high risk. This wasn't a moderate risk or even an enhanced risk for much of Nebraska. And yeah, that was removed. So no, when you have a slight risk, marginal to slight risk, this is kind of what you get. I remember somebody asking me if they thought it was going to be worse today than it was yesterday, and I said no, it'd probably be about the same, and that's kind of where we're at. But we're not done yet either. I mean, let me look at that instability 1 second, right there. I mean, it's still, the storm hasn't even gotten here yet, right? So it's just now starting to move into that area. So this is pretty unstable. So what will happen when this moves into that area? We'll see. In Lincoln, the storm on the radar from 11 to 1 looks bad. Is this correct? I don't understand. Oh, I think I know what's going on. What is happening? Why does everybody think radar is futurecast? I've been seeing this a lot. Everybody tells me their radar is telling them it's going to stop raining at 1 o'clock. That's not what radar is. Does anybody know why this is happening? It's been happening a lot, and I don't know what is prompting this, because this, and it's not your fault. No break. In Lincoln, the storm on the radar from 11 to 1 looks bad. Is this correct? I think you're looking at something. You're looking at a futurecast or something, but you're calling it radar. And radar is live. Radar is happening now. I mean, that's what this is. This is radar. All of these storms right here, radar is picking that up. It's a beam that it's now. So I don't know. I don't know what to know. I mean, but it's been like that for years, Craigs. It's just recently that, is that what it is? Or it's future radar? Other people using weather apps that let you look to the future. I get that, but why do they call it radar? You do it off the radar on the Weather Channel app. A lot of apps there that do Futurecast. But yeah, Futurecast is Futurecast, but why are they calling it radar? Radar is now. you use the weather channel, the radar function shows up to 6 hours ahead. That's got to be it, right? They're calling it radar, and radar is live. Radar is what's happening now. So I get confused when people ask me about that. Yeah, that's what the Weather Channel has always called it. I've been seeing this a lot lately. I'm like, guys, you got to. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to tell you something incorrect. AccuWeather will let you look up to 3 hours in advance. Mine shows the radar for the last hour. Yeah, that's like the radar loop. Yeah. But I mean, what we're looking at right now is happening now, especially this. I mean, this is right there. Oh, hang on. Let me do this. So this is the radar loop. I mean, this is I guess I haven't done radar in the future. I mean, the radar loop is showing the radar in the past up to now. But see, and Ronnie, you're calling it futurecast. That's what I'm used to. Everybody's starting to call it radar. Misunderstanding of the definition of the words. I completely understand that, Ed, but it just seems like it's happening a lot right now, and I don't know why. Because it hasn't happened in the past. Nothing has changed in my world. It's futurecast or stormcast or, future radar for, I mean, it could be called that too. But lately, like the last week, people have been saying, I see radar is showing storms weakening in 2 hours. I've heard that a lot just recently. That's why I'm like, why are they calling it radar all of a sudden? So, I don't know. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I mean, I think that makes sense. I think they're just seeing the word radar, and they just think radar can mean anything. So I hate correcting people because I don't want them to think that they're. Some apps have a tab named radar, and it shows past, current, and future. Interesting. That's probably it. All right. I'm just going to have to start going with it, which is hard. Well, good news anyway, folks. These storms moving into across. That's the thing too, Don. I don't use the Weather Channel app. Not my favorite. I don't use any apps. I don't need them. I'm my own app. I have a degree in meteorology. I don't need. I can figure that stuff out, and I want to figure that stuff out myself. So that's why it's like people using these apps. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I would love to use apps, but they drive me nuts because they're always wrong. I don't want to use apps because they're never right. They're never. I mean, I hear it now. Neither are you. Yeah, I get it. Ha ha. But I mean, it's like they'll say 20% chance of rain, and which is great, but they don't tell you there's going to be like a severe one. Anyway, I don't. Okay, let's get back to it. Instability. Somebody asked instability look like by Omaha. Okay. Oops. It's pretty high. So I think this line of storms right here. Oops, I'm using the wrong thing. This line right here is eventually going to move into that instability, and it will try to increase in intensity. Aaron, you're dangerously close to owing me $1 for saying the D word. Okay. Uh, Don, yeah, I mean, absolutely. I have no problem with everybody using apps. That's not what I'm saying. They're good for that. They're good for, like you can check on the radar real quick or see what the forecast is. I get it. That's 100% on board with that. My question was, I don't understand why people are using the word radar for something that's happening in the future. I've never seen that before until just recently. That's all I was saying. Anyway, is Boone County out of the storms? Where's Boone County? Hang on. I don't remember where Boone County is. I always think I know where it's at, and then I can't find it. Oops. There we go. All apps are dusty, but not all rusties are the app. Oh yeah, that's just Norfolk GI. No, I don't think Central Nebraska is out of the woods just yet, because of this line right here could try to continue to move east. And where's Boone County? Boone County is like right there, right? So for now, yeah, but there's still more storms off to the west. Hey, Daniel. Thank you. W in the chat, you guys. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing any questions here. Daniel, seriously, that's really nice. You guys are so awesome. I don't expect that, so every time it's like, whoa. Albion, yep. Lori, there you go. You're pretty much out. I mean, North Bend out of the storms. Bobby asking about North Bend. Yes and no. For now, yes. There's a few more out there. So don't give up on them yet. Megan, it's very possible because, if you look at, Megan's asking if we're getting anything overnight or no. See this stuff right here? That still has a chance of moving over. So that's probably a few hours away. So that's kind of your overnight. And then there's this right here. So we may see more before. It's not going to be Jamie Blase. The W is a win. Jim's on it. Just means something good happened. Okay. So anyway, even though this area right here is starting to move out of, and it will eventually move out of eastern Nebraska, we still have storms here, we still have storms down here, so we're not done yet. That's cool, Jamie. Appreciate you being here. Did the low instability kill some of the severity of the storms near Fremont? I don't know that there was low instability there. I think it was once we started to see that enhanced risk, and then we got the hash marks, or the black hashes for the 75 mile per hour wind and the 2-inch diameter hail, which we did see, by the way, in a couple of spots, so it verified. But I think people see that and they think it's going to be widespread. So I think the storms achieved just about what they were supposed to, because we were only, most of us, in that slight risk. That enhanced risk was between Sioux City and Omaha, so that underachieved a little bit. But I think most of the area that was in the slight risk, we got about what we were supposed to get. Hail in Lincoln, it doesn't look very likely. Maybe later though, with those storms that are a little further west. And we're running into some instability right now, so we could see some small hail eventually. Kathy, I appreciate that. You need to chip in so Rusty can get DoorDash for his late night ice cream. Guys, I had PB&J tortilla wraps, chips, and a Diet Pepsi. I'm telling you, I was doing all right. 777 from 7 Brew. What's that? Sounds good. Tornado in Norfolk. Not that I know of. There is a tornado watch up there, but a tornado currently, no, I don't see that. My thought about radar confusion is most apps have a button that says radar, and when you click on it, it shows past, current, and future, so they assume the term they are referring to when watching. Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure you're right, Jan. I'm really sure you're right. Bud was eating PB&J burritos and chips. He does need a formal meal. I eat a formal meal every other night, just not nights on severe weather. Kathy, thank you. That's all. W in the chat, guys. When I say W in the chat, that means a win. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. Thanks, Kathy. Let's see. How quick could the storms ramp up once they hit the instability? I mean, not terribly fast, but we could see some strong storms. It depends on how strong that line is once it hits the instability. I mean, it's not just the instability; it's everything else related to it. All Omaha stations continue to show future casts of storms moving in a line from northeast to southwest. When do we expect that to happen? I don't know, Quinn. I don't know what the Omaha stations are showing, and maybe I don't know what their apps use. I don't know. I can't speak to other people's apps and what they're showing because I haven't seen it, so I don't know what to look for. 7 shots of espresso? Holy smokes! I'd be bouncing off the walls. Worse than last night in Northwest Lincoln. Last night in Northwest Lincoln, if you're talking about the wind that came through afterwards, it's a possibility. We could see storms like that. I don't know if it would be worse, but thank you, Barbara. Appreciate that. But yeah, Mackenzie. Oh shoot! I forgot to do that. Dang it. Shoot. Okay. I forgot to use a graphic. That's all right. All right. Where are we? I gotta go tell somebody something here. I will be right back, you guys. Okay. What time is storm coming in Lincoln and how bad? Storms are moving in right now and it's not bad. I'm right here, Craigs. Knock yourself out though. Let's see. Somebody called me what was it? I posted it because it made me laugh. Like he was literally trying to be a jerk, and it just made me crack up. It was such a dumb insult. I don't remember what it was. Is there enough instability for those storms by O'Neill since the storms that have already passed have stolen all the other storms' instability? What? I don't know what that means. Stolen the other's instability? I don't know. So is there a chance we can call the Rusty app the cool side of the storm? Sure. Lightning is getting pretty sharp. Lightning and thunder. North side of Lincoln, dark cloud. Okay, so that tells me I need to look at the yeah, I hear the thunder too, chat. Let's see. Chances that a 9:15 softball game at Mahoney gets canceled. Mackenzie asking. Pretty good chance that gets canceled because there's lightning out there right now. Bellevue, do we sleep in the basement tonight? No. Ed says I saw that post. Yeah. All-nighter again tonight? Probably not. What's going on in Seward the next 10 hours? What? Did you just ask me what's going for Seward in the next 10 hours? You want your own personal 10-hour forecast. I don't have time to do that. I'm sorry. Thunder here at Northwest Lincoln, 9th and corner. Yeah, I can hear it too here in Southwest Lincoln. Probability of a tornado in Norfolk, it's small, like 2%. Oh yeah, look at that. Todd asking about the heat blast. I don't know. Somebody asked about it earlier, and I did not have time to research what had happened, when it happened. I've been worried about the storm threat all day, so I saw that it happened, but it's like that OPS 1 live tower has some good views. Good to hear, Sue. Let's see. Janine asking about the next 2 hours. Where were you? Seward? Is that what you were asking for? Oh, now I missed. Now I lost it. There it is. Oh yeah, Seward for the next 2 hours. Okay. I'll play nice and show you. I have to look at one specific area. Hang on. Let me find it here. Okay. So Seward is right there. So you've got all of these storms right here, and that is all moving like this. So storms are possible for the next 2 hours in Seward. There you go. And Lincoln, and Crete, and Columbus, and Hastings, Grand Island. Basically everybody in eastern Nebraska has chances for storms the next several hours. Just kind of waiting now. I mean, we're looking at, oh wait, let's get back to that. I want to look at that live view. Let's see if the Halo Cam. That's a pretty good shot. Looks like maybe a little shelf cloud trying to roll through the capital city. Janine, not really. Just hoping for some lightning. Well, geez, come on. Yeah, Sue, this is the one that's facing north. I mean, I am 100% on board with storms fizzling out and not doing anything. But I am watching, I mean, there's still that instability right there east of Lincoln near Omaha, so worth keeping an eye on. And that storm is still severe here. Let's see what they have to say. That's new. Buffalo, Kearney, and Phelps, 60 mile per hour wind, and the hail is small. It's penny size, so it's just a wind part. So 60 mile per hour wind gusts associated with this storm rolling through Phelps, Kearney, and Buffalo counties. It's moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. And what'll probably happen, because if you look downstream, it's probably going to go up like this and then turn like that. That's what all the storms have been doing all day. Is heat lightning and ground lightning the same thing? Heat lightning is when you see, like if there's a storm that's like 100 miles away, so you can't hear the thunder, but you can see the flashes on the horizon. That's heat lightning. It's a weird word for it, but that's all it is. It's lightning that you can kind of see but not hear. Ground lightning, I've never heard of that before. I don't know what that is. Cloud to ground lightning is when lightning originates at the cloud and hits the ground. Ground to cloud is when it originates in the ground and makes its way up the leaders to the cloud. And then there's cloud to cloud. But ground lightning, I've never heard of ground lightning. Marno, the storm chasers talked about how the outflow destroyed tornadic probability. What would they mean? I'm not sure. I don't know what context they had that in. I mean, they're probably talking about some sort of outflow boundary from a storm that originated somewhere else and ran into a storm that they were chasing. They look for, they're just talking. 57 minutes left on the watch. Yeah. Most of that watch goes until 10. So all of that goes until 10, and then all of this goes until 2. Hardest part of being a meteorologist is, I don't know. It's no harder than any other job. You just have to deal with people. I think the meteorologists in the 80s had it made. So did the news people. I mean, so like reporters and anchors and meteorologists and sports guys in the 80s, heyday. That was the time to live as a station, as a TV person. I got into it in the late 90s. So there was still the nostalgia and the mystique of it, but it was starting to change. And I think once I got into it in the early 2000s, it was already starting to change. Ground lightning, Ed's telling me ground lightning is the same as cloud to ground. All right. I've never called it ground lightning. That sounds like lightning that is on the ground, but okay. Okay, let's look at this. When is a storm coming for Omaha? Storms will be pushing through the Omaha area later this evening. Next couple of hours, I would think. That's the Google explanation. I've never used the term ground lightning. I would never use that term. It doesn't explain. So cloud to ground. Okay, I'm not seeing any lightning. This is so disappointing. Emily asking if Lincoln is in the clear for at least hail and tornado activity. Tornado activity threat is really small. Hail chance is pretty small too. I would say just a damaging wind potential is probably your best bet. Because that's what this is right here. That's a wind threat. This line continues. Look at that. I think it's trying to catch up with that one right there. Sorry, I'm just catching up with my messages. Seem to have a lot of them here. Oh. Let's see. Okay, so watching the storms. Let's get back to kind of looking at stuff. So, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. We're not quite done. See, this is trying to ramp up again. So we may see some strong to severe storms eventually. Let's see. Hi there, Tim. Kevin's on. Already asked a bunch of questions. Let's see. Good evening, Rusty. Just got on. So any severe weather tonight for Lincoln? I know, under a watch. Okay, that's correct. Severe thunderstorm watch until 2 a.m. What's the outlook for tomorrow? Storms are possible. Is that storm coming towards Lincoln? Yes. There you go. Yeah, I'm thinking, see, it's starting to kind of ramp up a little bit. See all these clusters right here? Yeah, that's probably what it is, Prophet. Low-level jet. That's the bane of my existence sometimes. Usually, like 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking, okay, storms are dying off. I can go home. I can relax finally. And then the low-level jet kicks in, and all of a sudden we have 20 severe thunderstorm warnings. That happened a lot back in like the 2010s when I was at that other station. Oh, man, that happened so often. It drove me nuts. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can increase the storm threat that you just can't see. I mean, it's not always just a cold front. It's not always an outflow boundary. It's not always Cape or Instability. I mean, sorry, Erica. It was a late night last night. It really was. I was up way later. Yeah, keep doing it. I was up way later than I usually am. So, Will the Thrill. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. And yeah, and then so then there's a low level jet. So there's so many things, and then you can. I mean, sometimes you don't even see. You don't even see it coming. So. But what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna stay on here with you guys. Hi there, Thunder King. I'm planning on staying with you guys until the 10 o'clock news, and then I'll probably take a little bit of a break and work. And then if it's still worth it, I'll probably jump back on. But we got solid 40 minutes before that happens, so fire away. Travis, Rain, and Belmont, thank you for the report. Significant concern, Tim, that the storms could begin training and create a flood risk. Not a significant, but enough that we have this. See that flood watch right there? That's been there for a while. So it's this area where we could see some heavy rain, but it's not, I mean, it's a flood watch. It's not a flash flood watch. So that just means a slow but steady rise in areas that are prone to flooding. So significant, no, not a significant concern. I do know you're not the only one, Tim. You're not the only one though that's been concerned about flooding, because I heard about Texas and New Mexico and those areas. And I'll just say those were tragic events. But floods like that happen all the time. I think they're catching a lot more people, and a lot more people are hearing about it because so many people died. I mean, floods like that happen a lot, but it's rare that there's that many children in the line of it. So I think that's the part that's devastating. It's the flooding itself is not new, but the flooding itself is not new, but the tragedy, bad. Behind us in Olympic Heights Air Park. What? Thunderstorms? I think that's what she's talking about. So I mean, yep, there's lightning out there. Let me crack that on. It's not quite a bit of lightning out there. Not a whole lot. They're starting to pick back up, guys. See that? We're not done yet. We're not done yet. 74 mile per hour measured near Kearney a bit ago. That's good. That's good. I mean, not good. That's part of, that's kind of what's hard about this is I can't monitor everything at once, I guess, because there's so many ways I can monitor reports. But when I'm monitoring Facebook questions or YouTube questions, like I miss out on all that stuff. Okay, here we go. Summerhaven Lake reporting 50 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Airport. Okay, now I'm losing. Where am I? Hastings Airport, 51 miles an hour. Let's see. Let me see what Omaha is saying. 57 mile per hour wind gusts east of Norfolk. Pea-size hail. Yeah, there's some minor flooding going on near Norfolk at Omaha Avenue and 4th Street. Okay, not a whole lot of reports going on. I just missed a wicked lightning. Yeah, see, I need like 5 pairs of eyes. I can't look everywhere at the same time. Does the rain coming through help stabilize the atmosphere? Depends. Ooh, look how dark it got all of a sudden. Of course, it's 9:16, so I guess that makes sense. Somebody wants to see Southeast Community College cam. All right, we can do that real quick. Not much going on there. That's what I'm doing now, Thunder. Let's see. Okay, so nothing showing up there. Let's go look at the Honda of Lincoln cam. Northwest Lincoln by the high school. Okay, I'm going to look at this one. This one kind of pointed northwest. Kara's asking, what's the tornado activity look like for Lincoln? That's all I care about. Jeez. You don't care about anybody else, huh? All right. Very low, like almost zero. Tara Wilson, thank you. I'm not even sure what that means. Thanks, Tara. Appreciate that. Got some stars from Tara. That's pretty cool. I think that's a W in the Facebook chat. You guys do W's in the Facebook chat? I don't know if they do. Looks like things are getting organized, lining up back from Kearney through Columbus-ish. If that strengthens, what time would that get to Lincoln and Omaha? That's a lot of questions right there. Naturally, thank you. It's not my favorite tie, but I do like it. I've had it for a long time. Let's see. And really, Lincoln and Omaha still has storms, the potential. I mean, there's this first wave, and then the second one would be a couple hours behind it. So I think the question is, when would this move through the Lincoln and Omaha area? And if it's moving east around 30 or 40 miles per hour, you're talking probably after midnight. Yeah, you guys chat away. Artemis, that's cool. Someone over here on Facebook, Bob said Charlie the old weather dog is snoozing away. That's just so, that's what I love about this, is the Red the Tornado Watch. It is. And I know it looks like it's for Lincoln, but technically, and that's the old watch. Where the severe thunderstorm watch, see, watch what happens. I'm gonna replace it with this graphic right here, and this is the now. That was before that. This is what it looks like now. The tornado watch is just that little chunk up there, this yellow. So this is the updated version. What I was just showing you is the older version. I apologize for the confusion. John, I'm glad you appreciate it. Ushering new future of local news that isn't always pressed for time. Yeah, you know what? And I think it's becoming more and more prevalent. I think a lot of the younger generation doing it. It's tornado risk for Lincoln. Michaela is pretty much zero. There's a severe thunderstorm watch, but no tornado watch. Michaela's just asking if the tornado risk, what it was for Lincoln. Yeah, and you're looking at the streamers that are popular, and they basically destroyed my business. What I've been doing for 20 to 25 years, I no longer have that audience, because they'll just turn on those guys. But what they have inadvertently done to themselves, and I was talking about this the other night, like your large YouTubers, they're still 100% worth it, and I think they're entertaining and they have some value, and they have quite a bit of value actually, I think, and information. But they're national news, so all of a sudden they've turned into your national weather streamers. You still need local ones. I mean, and they will hit local, but if nothing's going on in Nebraska, they're not going to talk about it, just like the national news. So that's where I come in. And I still love Nebraska. I grew up here. I've lived here for years and years and years, and I don't want that to go away. So I'm going to stay local, and they can have the national. Let's see. Why is there a red box? I was just that was the old tornado box, the tornado watch box, and then the yellow one was the severe thunderstorm watch. And you noticed how they overlapped. This is what it is now. What you're seeing now on your screen is where the severe thunderstorm watch is at and where the tornado watch is at. Kate, need local streamers or at least very active on social media, and that's what I'm trying to do. And if anybody has been following me, I used to do armchair snowfall potential YouTubes way back. So I've been doing this for quite a while. I would get away from Facebook for a long time. Now I'm like, Facebook is my number one priority right now. YouTube is my number 1.1 priority. But I only use YouTube when there's like situations like this. I've become more of a YouTube streamer. It's really hard for me to do YouTube on a regular basis just because of the job I have now. But I still love YouTube for this. I still love Facebook. So Facebook and YouTube are my two priorities. Twitter used to be my priority for years, but the value's not there like it is for YouTube and Facebook. I still enjoy it. I have very good friends, some of them in this chat right now, that I got from Twitter. So I will always be someone that enjoys Twitter. Jim Flowers is copying your gig up the road. Yeah, he's something. Jim Flowers used to be and still is the man in Omaha, that's for sure. They will hurt the Weather Channel more. If you were on, I will always move here. Appreciate that, Jim. Jill saying you give great information and you're not pressed for time. Yeah, and that's the nice thing about this. Thing is, I still do the weather. So I'm thinking there's got to be a way to do both, right? There's got to be a way to do local news, 5, 6, and 10, like it's always been done, and do this on, in between. I mean, it's a lot of work, but I enjoy this. I really do. Let's see. Missing the Facebook comments. Are things becoming more thunderstorm style now? Jess Marie asks, yes. Someone here says, love me some Ken Shimmick. Oh, come on. And definitely Rusty. Okay, Denise. I think I remember Denise from my 10-11 days. I think she's just a 10-11 fan. And Ken, he taught me everything I know. Let's be honest there. Feel really lucky to have a weatherman who actually seemed to care about the people and getting us information. I appreciate that, Jess. I like the live from you. Thank you, Tammy says. Appreciate that. Let's see. Great idea for local meteorologists to stream live and recapture audiences and educate. Kate says, I'm from the Omaha Metro and we were spoiled for years when Surrey was, yeah, he's a great guy. He really is. I still follow him up in Minneapolis. Really got used to his 100% of my weather from Twitter. Yeah, he's 100%. Love that guy. Bestie, and that's another thing. If you watch, he says, I love the engagement with chat. Traditional TV media, you can't ask the meteorologist questions. You can't ask those bigger YouTubers either, because the chat is just flying by. You can't even take the time. And I've seen that a couple of times when there's like storms just crushing Lincoln and Omaha. It's like a very severe weather. I can't. I mean, the feed goes by too fast. You can't read it. Still follow Luke Doris. Yeah, he's a good dude too. That's the hard part, though. What happens if a severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning hits Lincoln? I mean, that tornado warning last year, the Arbor Day tornado, I tried to continue streaming while I was doing live television. So I was trying to do 3 things at once. I still need to work on that because it didn't work great. I mean, TV was fine, but the streaming part of it, I need to ramp that up a little bit. Artemis. Some YouTubers will only answer questions that are tied to donations, which is even worse. I know, and I get it. They're doing it for the money, but that's all. I mean, I get that too. I mean, I'm doing TV for the money. I get paid, so I get it. I mean, when it's tied to donations, it's the only way you can do it, though. If there's so many questions, all right, pay for a question and I'll answer it. I completely understand it. Is it great? Is it? No, but it is what it is. Every time the weather turns severe, I unplug everything in my room in case a power surge happens. Don't they create those power surge protectors now? Does KaleCan have a YouTube channel? They do, and I am working on ramping that up because it's basically, we post to it all the time, but it's automatically. We have now 2 weekend meteorologists, Dominic and Houston, and part of my plan is to get them active on our YouTube channels. So KLK and YouTube hopefully starts to gets a little more. I'm hoping it gets better. Eileen, I have some cool cloud pictures. You know what? Why don't you send them to my email address? Let me write that down. And if anybody has pictures they want to send me, send them to my email address. Which I will write here. rdaws@kalekantv.com. There we go. Is it different to pay a meteorologist with a degree to answer your questions, though? I don't know. Good question. Good question. Yeah, Jeff Cox. It's out there, and I post to it. Do I post to it? Yeah, our shows can go to it, and there's little clips that go to it as well. Yeah, old style power strips, Artemis. Yeah, those are not surge protectors, definitely. Kate asks, I do wonder, when you do these streams, posts on Blue Sky, etc., is that considered part of your job, or is it going above and beyond? Like, it's hugely appreciated, but we don't want you to burn out. It depends. There is a certain aspect to my job that is they do want me to post to social media. But like the Blue Sky stuff and the threads and, that's above and beyond. But, they want me to do it to a certain extent, but they also want me to do TV first. Hail for Omaha later. There's a possibility, Jordan. I don't think it'll be big hail, but we could see some, half-inch to inch size hail. That's a possibility. Light rain in Fremont right now. Thank you. Is it better to ask questions to you with formal education rather than many chasers and streamers? I don't know. Craigs, that's a great question too. I mean, depends on what kind of answer you're looking for. And I don't know what kind of degrees or educations chasers have. They might just have street knowledge, which is just as good if you ask me. How come no rain is falling to the ground, but the radar says rain? It depends on where you're at, Matt. If you're looking at Lincoln, I'm not sure. If you're outside, what time is it? 9:30, okay. You know what? Let me change to a sweeping radar. There's your answer. Sometimes, see how that right now, that one radar I was on is prettier to look at. It's easier to look at, but it's not as specific. This looks like a mess when you're zoomed out. It's hard to see, so I don't use it unless I'm zoomed in a little closer. That's why. This is actually from the radar itself, and it is showing that it is not raining right there, but it is right here. So give it a little time. It will start to rain again. Great question, though, Matt. That was a great question. Appears that Burke County is in trouble. Why is that? I'm having a heck of a time today. All right. Someone want to tell Jeff what he needs to do? Burke County is okay. Oh, I see. It's just some strong storms, some heavy rain going through. Jeff owes $1. And it's so weird that, people see that. Like, okay, this is why I don't understand why people say that all the time. Okay, yeah, sure. There's no rain in this area right here. There's also no rain right there. There's also no rain right there. Also no rain right there. I mean, what's the difference? Why does there have to be something over Lincoln when there's so many other areas? Like there's no rain. No rain right there. There's no rain right there. No rain right there. You see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense. It happens. It's called weather. It doesn't have to be a reason that's nefarious. Anyway. And I know Jeff is probably just kidding because he's been on here many times before. But it was the opportunity to say, looks like Omaha won't get much of anything. Is that right? That's one of my favorite questions, is people say something and then they go, is that right? No, there's still storm potential out there for Omaha. It's just, there's storms right there right now. Will it be severe? If that's what you're asking, Lynn, the severe chance is smaller now, but the storm threat is still out there. Let's put this into motion. Yeah, there's definitely still a storm chance. Bad street flooding in Norfolk twice today. I heard about that, and I saw some pictures. Got 4 to 5 inches of rain in Norfolk. That's a lot. Jess Marie is asking, can you explain why the radar option for the news apps show completely different storms and storm timing when you look 6 hours out versus 12 to 24 hours? I can't. I have no idea. I'm not sure which news app you're looking at. They're all different. They all use different data. I think most of them use the Weather Channel algorithm for the radar and the futurecasts and everything else behind it, but I have no idea how those things work. I don't look at weather apps very often. The Lincoln effect, it's Lincoln again. What? I think Jamie's trying to say something that I think we all know what he's trying to say. Let's see. Thanks, Eileen. I'll look at him a little bit later. I appreciate that. Scoobs, good to see you. Yes, Jamie. I also said something when people say stuff like that, like they give a reason for it not raining over their particular town or city, it's an easy excuse. It's a lot harder to take calculus so that you can understand meteorology, so that you can understand why weather happens. It's just a lot easier to say, oh, there's something over the top of my town that prevents it from raining. See the point? I mean, it's the Lincoln effect. There's no such thing. Take a meteorology class, take some calculus, take some meteorology classes. You'll understand that that is not how weather works. There is not something protecting the city. So anyway, seems like I get on that rant at least once a stream. Of course, it's because people say it. They talk about it. Keeper of the Lake. I would guess they're using some type of real-time model, like a live updated version of the models. Rusty shows us a day plus in advance, but they're not very good. Funny how every town everywhere has their own version. You're absolutely right, Kate. Every single town or city I've ever been in or worked in assumes they have something that and it's like I think it dates back to old wives' tales. Like they're trying to figure out why things happen, so they come up with reasons before we actually knew how weather worked. So 100 years ago, old farmers and ranchers and homesteaders and those guys came up with reasons, and it made sense back then. And I think it's kind of like they would see fog and then go, you know what, 90 days from now we're going to get precipitation, you just watch. And around 90 days later it would magically rain or snow or whatever. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like if you give it enough leeway, you're going to get rain in that window. Like, it's close, it was good enough, see, it worked. But it's I think that's what it is. People wanted reasons to explain why things were happening because they didn't understand them, so they came up with their own reasons. And they were wrong, but in their mind, they're right. I can't do number and letters in the same math problem, so I'm out. Exactly. I'm telling you, calculus was not easy. But anyway, it seems like York could possibly get more storms. I know it depends on the track. Yeah, York, definitely. Nothing is, actually, storms are not dying. Robert is asking, is it dying? The storms have been ramping up over the last hour or so. I've heard that too, Kate. I've heard the basin. I've heard there's like an electrical plant somewhere. I've heard Native American burial ground. Someone actually said that to me today. That there's like arrowheads buried all over eastern Nebraska that keeps storms away. It's like, what? It's amazing. It's amazing what people will come up with. Jeff Cox, thank you. Oh, there's $2. Yeah. Woo. W in the chat. And that's for him saying the D word twice. Appreciate it. Yep, harp's another one. It's kind of the same concept to get people to use the apps. They don't want to look the same. Yeah, everybody always asks me, to start my own app, but I would have to use the same radar and everything else that everybody else is using. And if I don't, people would want it because they're used to it. So it's like, Thanks, Jeff. I do appreciate that. It's awesome. Oh yeah, it's a full moon tonight, you guys. Ooh, I don't know if I did. I don't think I did a trivia question tonight. That's what it's got to be, though. No, I did. It's true or false. I don't remember what it is, though. Worth it. You can say it as much as you want, Jeff. That's awesome. Let's see if I can see that full moon. I don't think my things are pointed the right way. My cameras. Should be. It's on the east. It's out to the east, and I don't know if I have a camera pointed the east. Maybe ABC Seamless. Nope. Boy, it's dark at Southeast Community College. Whew. There's that wise tale of full moon. Trent, you made me think of the, and the police will swear by it, that activity ramps up, like naughty behavior ramps up when there's a full moon. I don't know if that's true or not, or if they're just looking for it. Bye, Ed. Have a good night. Denise Smart says, so York, I did not know this. Interesting. People in York thinks that the ethanol plant keeps storms from happening. Why? The storms are still going to come. And I should write a book of all of the reasons and the folklore behind it for each town in Nebraska. I may do that. That might be a lot of fun to do too, because I would love to talk to like the old timers in town. Like, all right, why do storms not hit your town? You know there's a reason. Oh, back in my day, I gotta do it. I have to do it now. The York Water Tower. Why isn't it the water tower that keeps storms away? The Anti-Farmer's Almanac. I should write that book too. I would absolutely buy that book. I gotta do it. It writes itself. So awesome. Okay, I'm writing that one down. That one's, somebody remind me, because I don't have anything to write down with. The late Dale Bacon used to say, everywhere is an Indian burial ground. Hey, lightning in the distance. That was all right. I'll pre-order. Rusty's Guide to Help Those Who Are Weather Rusty. Franklin, it doesn't storm there because of the Harlan County Lake. I mean, exactly. Where did that come from? That's every town, every city has a story. Oh, I really want to do this now. I'm gonna have to think about this, because this, Aaron asking about cloud seeding. Sure, people cloud seed all the time, but I mean that's with sodium iodide and salt, and it's yes, but to use it for mind control, like you'll hear some of the people say, no. God, that book, I'm going to be thinking about that book now. I can't do it now, but how much fun would that be to write? Just to go talk to people and get their stories and hear. The hardest part would be for me to say, yeah, you're wrong. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna eventually write that book. Hang on, I keep seeing tornado watches and everything being expired. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. How long does it usually take you to prepare slides for your presentation on the news? I come in at 1:30 and the news is at 5, and it takes me about that long to get everything ready. Yeah, Travis Justice, those I cannot deal with them, because they are convinced that those are real. And even though I tell them I've been a meteorologist and a climatologist for 25 years, they still don't believe me, even though I'm a scientist and a real person and someone they can see and touch and talk to if they want to. They will believe their YouTube conspiracy theory channels and not me. I interacted with one person. I was like, okay, give me your reasons. Show me your reasons. And all of them were far leaning conspiracy theory websites that usually dealt with like Nazis and stuff. And I'm like, why are you sending me to these websites? What's wrong with you? Why do you believe these things? Do you do tours through small town Nebraska? That's a prime. I know. I'm from small town Nebraska. That's where it all started with me, bestie. Do your tours through small town Nebraska. That's prime opportunity. That's exactly where I would go. I would not go to cities. I would go to your less than 5,000 people cities, less than 2,000 people cities. Okay, we're about 15 minutes from showtime, so I should probably get going. This has been fun, you guys. This really has. They had to go out of the way to do 30 minutes before the whole thing expires. I know, it's like they cancel the tornado watch a little early. They do that sometimes when it's just, when they know for sure it would be, ooh, a video series on YouTube. Kate, that's a good idea. The book sounds like a lot of work, but YouTube, I mean, that's a lot of work too, but I'm not a huge fan of writing. That's a really good idea. Okay. Write a coffee table book about coffee. Oh man, I figured out, Jim, funny story, since you mentioned Kramer. I figured out how to work with a guy that's Kramer. Doesn't act like Kramer, doesn't have the same, but like moves around like Kramer. I'll tell you about it sometime. Okay, gotta go get ready for work. I'll take 10%, Kate says. I'll buy you dinner sometime. How's that sound? Dinner and a beer. Okay, yeah, headed out, guys. Thank you for tonight. This has been fun. If things ramp back up, I will pop back on. Clara, I think you're probably good for the tornado threat in Iowa. So there's that. Just looking for some last minute questions. Bye, guys. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Boo, Jim. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. I get it.